Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the Eafengrow 0456 Tactical Folding Knife. Alright everybody, thanks for joining me today. The first thing I usually tell people when they start getting interested in preparedness is your first step should be to buy a pocket knife, a decent one, and a decent flashlight. Those are two things that you're going to use probably far more often than your bug out bag or your carry gun or whatever. And that's why we're doing this review today, because this is a budget option. It is a Chinese made knife, so let's get that right out of the way before anybody freaks out. But a lot of people have tried out these new Chinese companies that are putting out these knives, and they're putting out fairly decent quality knives, and they're a good option for somebody who can't afford to drop $200 or $300 on a high-end pocket knife. Now don't get me wrong, I have those knives as well as these. I love them, and they're my daily carry, but I've come to a point where maybe I could afford a couple of those. Somebody who's just getting started out may not be able to, and this is a solid option. I've been testing this knife for about a week now. It is a newish company. It's kind of similar to Gonzo. A lot of people love the Gonzo knives. These retail for $24.99, so 25 bucks. Here's the thing. These are D2 steel, according to what they say. I've read a lot of the Amazon reviews on them. There are a few people who are metallurgists who've actually tested the steel, and it does come out to a 59 to 60 HRC Rockwell, hardness. So it has the characteristics of D2 steel. I can say that when I touched up the blade a little bit, it came very sharp, but I still wanted to strop it a little bit. This thing is ridiculously sharp. It is insane. And it's a very nice looking knife. So the overall length is 7.8 inches. The blade length is 3.5 and the handle is 4.5. The handle material, you'll notice, is kind of unusual. It's a jade colored G10. It does not glow in the dark. I kind of thought that. I was kind of bummed out when I heard it didn't. The action is a liner lock. One of my little complaints about the liner lock is that there's no jimping on it. It's easy enough to move, but there's no jimping there, so you can't kind of, know where it is ahead of time. But it is smooth. The knife is incredibly smooth. The blade thickness is 3.8 millimeters with a high hollow grind. Really nicely ground blade there too. The weight of the knife is 146 grams. And the pivot screws and the steel clip are done in heat furnace blued steel. So that will hold up fairly well. It is a tip-up carry design. I've been carrying it now for about a week, and I've been impressed with it, I've got to say. I've opened a few boxes with it, and I haven't done any stropping or sharpening since. So opening up cardboard and tape usually kills a knife. This thing's still going strong like nothing ever happened. Okay, let me give you the good first. It's got the insert liner lock. It does have a ball bearing pivot. It's a caged ball bearing with the ball bearings pushed into a washer. When I took it apart quickly to look at it, that's what I saw in there. It is, they say it's D2 steel. It seems to be D2 steel. Again, for 25 bucks, if you're not getting D2 steel, but you're getting a quality knife with a decent hardness, let's face it, you're getting a good deal, okay? The blade is perfectly centered. Let me close it down for you. The blade drops shut very nicely. Blade is perfectly centered, okay? It's got decorative pivot screws, and they're really nicely tightened. Nothing was loose when I took it apart. What I did notice was there's a little bit of blue Loctite on these back screws, and when I put them back in, I just put a little drop more on it. Opens extremely easily. My finger slipped off there. And it will, once you get past the thing, it'll drop closed. Zero blade play at all in it. Let's open it up. You can check it out there. There is no play in that whatsoever. So it is a well-constructed knife. Now, the only really complaints I have on it is, again, the knife isn't marked, so we don't know if it's really D2 or not. Most of the signs are pointing to it's D2 tool steel, but again, it's not marked. Now, this is something that kind of bothers some people, and to some extent, my opinion is if a company tries to pass something off as a clone and tries to sell it, something's $500 and they sell it for $400 and say, look, you get a deal on this. That's when I have a problem with clones. This is loosely based on the Zero Tolerance 0456, so much so that they named it, the Eafengrow 0456. However, if you look at that knife and you look at this, you can tell it's not really the same. However, the design is not their own, so I would consider that a con. And a little bit about the detent here. When I open it up, the detent could be a little bit better. There's that initial, see that initial oomph? Could be a little smoother, but it does drop down easily. So I'm going to show you the sharpness on it. Let me back up the camera a little bit so you can actually see what we're doing here, and show you the sharpness of the blade. All right, I got some paracord here. It should just sail through this stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's not even an effort. Let's get in here. There's 2. And let's do this without chopping our fingers off. And there's 4. So obviously, super, super sharp edge. Do a little quick paper cut. Make sure I'm in camera. I mean, that's just insane how smooth that is. And it's a very, very nice sharp edge. Yeah. So, all in all, I've been pleased with it for the week I've been testing it. Again, like with all products, if I run into a serious problem, I will come back and let you know with a video on it. But so far, been really pleased with it. And again, this isn't an option for somebody who could afford better but wants to, I like to say, cheat and buy a clone. All right? This is an option for somebody who can't afford better, who's just getting started out, maybe isn't sure what kind of knife they like and doesn't want to drop $200 or $300 on, a zero tolerance or, something else more expensive. And it'll give them a chance to get used to using a knife, sharpening a knife, carrying it with them all the time, remembering to carry it. I'll tell you one thing, out of all my survival tools, probably the number one thing I've used in my lifetime, as a survivalist in the last, 18 years or so, is a pocket knife. I can't tell you how convenient this has made life sometimes. There are always those things that need to be cut open. You get those blister packs from the store and you get to the car and you want to make sure something works before you drive away. Cut open the blister pack. They're just convenient, in a survival situation, definitely, a handy item to have. And again, too, that's where, how important is your pocket knife in a survival situation? Could be how much you want to spend. You may want to save up and buy the most expensive high-end knife you can buy for a pocket knife. A couple of years ago, I reviewed the booth at SHOT Show with Medford Knives. They have amazingly beautiful USA-made custom knives. They're also extremely expensive. If you lose a $1,400 pocket knife, you're going to be a whole lot more upset than if you lose a $25 one. So for me, pocket knives have always been very utilitarian. When I used to buy them, I used to buy the cheapest, gas station dollar pocket knives. But then I realized those were terrible and didn't work very well. And I upgraded a little bit to Kershaw's and stuff like that. And now I have some really high-end knives, but I also have a bunch of less expensive, decent quality knives. So if you want to try it out, the heart of the matter really is it's a decent knife for what it is, It's a very well made, very sharp, nice handling knife. I did notice that this does have a 90-degree spine, so if you ever had to strike a ferro rod with it, that's a very sharp spine. This is kind of ground up here, but it's not sharp. There's no double edge to it. It's just a single edge blade, and the hollow grind is nice. I like the, I don't know if you'd call them machining marks, but I like the way that looks, sort of. And in the right light, it kind of takes on a rainbow effect to it. And it's funny, I gravitated towards the jade handles. I normally don't like weird colors on knives. Normally I'm just either black or tan or whatever, desert tan. But I gravitate toward this because it looked kind of cool. And I've seen knife designers stick colors together that just don't belong together in the real world. Like if I had a jade piece of clothing, would I ever think of wearing dark blue with it? No, But on knives it seems to work very, very well. So anyway, that is the Eafengrow 0456 tactical folding pocket knife. Definitely a budget option for those of you folks out there who are looking for something a little less expensive that you want to carry every day and not worry if you lose. You won't freak out over it. I will put a link to these in my store. They have a full line of knives. They are, from what I can tell, pretty well made. I'm going to try to reach out to the company and test out a few more of their knives because this is a purchase I made. So I want to try out their knives, some other stuff that they have, and see how it is, See if they really hold up, because I know a lot of people buy Gonzo knives, and those things seem to make people happy. So I'm going to see if these are on par as the same thing, or even a little better. To me, if you didn't tell me this was a clone knife, I'd expect you paid a lot of money for it, because it's a quality knife. It feels decent in your hand. One of the nice things I like is the ball bearing pivot on it. Really allows the knife to be nice and smooth and just drop closed like that. Opening is fairly simple as well. It's just a nice knife. So if you're looking for a budget knife, I will put a link down below where you can pick these up. They come in black too. You don't need to get the Happy J G10 scales. They come in black and a few other colors as well. They have a bunch of knives, all right? This company, Eafengrow, has a bunch of different types of knives. So if this isn't your style and you're looking for something different, it's there for you. Anyway, folks, I just want to thank you for watching today. Don't forget to check out our Amazon store down below the link for this. There's a bunch of stuff that I review in that store. So anything you really want to check out and try for yourself, you can pick it up in the store. If there's nothing in the store you like, you can just click that link and shop as you normally would on Amazon. It really helps our channel out, helps us bring cool content to you guys. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life store down below. I have a Thrive Life video coming up pretty soon. I'm still waiting on part of my order to do it for you. I want to show you what I picked up with some of the stuff I get for being a consultant. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.